Alright, hi guys, welcome to Anon of the Week, episode 6. Uh, today we have... today we have Bill Mays on. Oh,
Hey
I
guys,
forgot
what's
to
up?
change his picture. Hold on a second. Let me just do that. Introduce yourself to the audience while I bother with this.
Hey guys, you probably seen me in the chat before. Just a guy. I like anime.
Oh shit, I fucked
Also,
up and changed the background image.
what the hell, dude?
My bad.
Also, I'd like to say happy birthday to a certain Austrian out there.
Certain... Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Alright, now I should have it here. Okay. There we go. All good. Sorry for the fucking potato stream management here.
Yeah, the mic is shit, guys. This is the best I could come up with.
Yeah, there's some weird thing about not enough keyframes being sent, and I have no idea how to fucking fix it, 'cause I've never gotten this error before. So if it's causing buffering for anybody, I'm sorry, I have no idea. Like, my settings on OBS must have got, like, reset, and then this shit is happening. So I have no idea where that would be on the settings.
Wait, is that like a YouTube thing?
Well, YouTube is saying not enough keyframes are being sent, so I don't know what that means. Like, what is that, like, the not enough high enough bitrate? I don't know what it is. Is it fucking encoding? I don't know. Anyways, if it seems some people are having it fine, so. Yeah, my guest here has a potato mic, so please forgive him. His potato
Yeah,
mic.
sorry guys, sorry
I've turned him
guys.
up as much as I can without causing clipping.
Yeah, it's Kami mic.
Yeah. All right. So we're just gonna talk about anime and then politics. Someone in chat asked about Laheim. If you want to know about Laheim, just go watch the previous ANCAP stream on it. Well, there's plenty of content
Dude,
there. We don't need to talk
get
about it
drunk
here right now.
first.
Yeah, get drunk first. Um, All right. So have you obviously you said earlier when we're off air that you're not watching anything this season. You haven't really followed seasonal anime, but the last one you watched was Konosuba. So what did you like about Konosuba?
Oh, everything.
Everything about it? Hold on, I get the link for that
Yes.
guy. Yeah, I did like how it was making fun of that whole genre, but sort of as it was forced to go along, it sort of became it stopped being like such a parody and sort of just became more part of the actual genre.
Yeah. Did you read any of the light novels for it?
No. I just watched the anime. I didn't like it enough to bother reading all the light novels and stuff. Uh,
Yeah, I thought there would be something more there, but there really wasn't. The light novels, I don't know. It was just low quality stuff.
yeah, I've read a few. I read a few light novels. Usually in the isekai genre, just because that's what gets translated and that's what's so prevalent. Um, and there's a few good ones, but a lot of them they're trashy. You gotta like reading trashy shit to read all this.
And I don't know. I thought they were shit.
You thought the Spice and Wolf novels were shit? I didn't read them, but do you like the show at least?
Oh yeah, the show was great.
So you just think the localization in terms of like as a literary thing is just wasn't very good?
No, I don't think it was very good. Sometimes I wonder if it was just the translation.
I mean, that could be the case. Yeah, it depends. Like, so a lot of the localization companies don't give a fuck about translating shit.
Right.
Uh,
I don't know.
anyways,
It's hard to tell without being able to
without reading
go
Japanese, yeah.
read it. Yeah, read it in Japanese.
But yeah, if there's plenty of fucking examples of like manga light novels that are shit having shittier translations officially than they do actual translations. Just because there's like no competition in that
Right.
space, and the fucking consumer doesn't know any better. The person who actually goes and buy tags all this shit usually doesn't know
Right.
any better.
Right. Well, I mean, somebody wants to buy it, they're gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, despite the quality or lack thereof. So, what are some other
Uh,
anime you wanted to talk about?
um, did you ever watch Higurashi?
Um, I never watched Higurashi. I've been playing through the games that have been retranslated.
You
So
mean the
don't,
visual
yeah,
novels?
the visual novels. So don't spoil anything. I'm trying to fucking fix this
Oh,
stupid
come
OBS
on,
shit.
that's like a 10-year-old show.
Yeah, but the visual novels are much better than the show because it's much more in depth.
Yeah, I think I read the first 4 visual novels, but that was a long time ago.
All right.
What about the Umineko novels?
I've tried reading Umineko and I just kind of got bored. Like I didn't buy into the mystery all that much. I didn't care. And like some of the
Yeah.
arcs characters were just kind of boring to me.
Oh, dude, after like the 5th or 6th one, it just went to shit. Otherwise, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, the anime sucked though.
Okay, hold on. I guess all right. I was looking up a fix to fix this shit. What other anime you want to talk about?
Uh, let's see. Did you ever watch Haruhi back in the day?
Haruhi? I never liked Haruhi. I always thought Haruhi was massively overrated.
Well, I mean, it kind of was, like, to be
There was
honest.
nothing to Haruhi that made it special or anything.
I think it was one of the first of that genre, and that's all that made it special.
Was it? Was it one of the first? There have been slice of life shows in like school. I think it was just kind of an offbeat, average sort of harem show that just became popular. I don't think there's anything special to it. Is
Back at in its time, it was a lot more special.
that right?
Looking back on it now, it just seems kind of average. I mean, which it was pretty average, honestly. What about Lucky Star?
Lucky Star. I watched Lucky Star. I think it's pretty good, but it just the first everyone always talks about how shit the first few episodes are. But yeah, the directing certainly improves and it becomes more of a just a decent quality slice of life comedy.
Right.
Uh, who's your best girl for Lucky Star?
Kagami.
Kagami.
I mean, come on, man.
You're not a
You know
Kanata
she's the
boy.
best. um. Oh no, like Kagami was the most memorable character by far.
I do agree she got most fleshed out, but I think Konata obviously is like emblematic of the show.
Right. I mean, I always saw her as kind of a an audience insert.
Oh, as an audience insert, I mean, I guess you could say that was the case. Fucking A, I cannot find where this fix goes. I had to change OBS here. Okay, never mind. Now I found it. All right. Anything else you want to talk about anime wise?
Nothing I can think of like off the top of my head.
All right. Have you seen Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Hell no.
Really?
No way, man. I don't know. I just saw so much shit about it back in the day. Like, everybody just thought it was shit. I don't know if it was just shit
Really?
posting or what.
That was shit posting. It's a classic.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to watch it one day.
All right. Hopefully that what I just changed will fix the problem. I don't know.
What was it doing?
Well, it's just saying it's not sending enough keyframes, and I've never gotten this error before, so I don't know what it means. And I looked it up and said to change the add a custom setting in the coder thing, and I did that. So maybe I would have to like restart the stream, but I don't fucking know. But you never seen Eva? It's like one. It's like the classical fucking anime. It's like it basically defines anime for the 10 years going forward after it airs.
If you say so.
It
Which one
does.
should I watch? Should I watch the the
Well,
original?
yeah, you watch the original series and then End of Evangelion. The rebuilds they're kind of like the Star Wars prequels. They're like a shit remake to cash in.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, the rebuilds they have fancy animation and they look cool, but yeah, they're just like it's like the Star Wars prequels. They kind of ruin the story. They condense it and change it and dumb shit.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha. But no, I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, basically people always use it to say it as a fucking meme, but it's a deconstruction of the mecha genre. Uh, and they basically they take the average sort of mecha adventure and like harem scenario, and then they try to make it like uh, fucking realistic and depressing, and all the people are like are just have like fucking PTSD and psychotic breakdowns from being children piloting giant robots fighting evil monsters.
Yeah, sounds like a good time.
Yeah, and it basically makes realistic what would happen if you actually had teenage children pilot robots to fight monsters, and that's kind of why people call it a deconstruction.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So it's kind of like a Monica Magica for
Eva
Mecha.
is a classic that everyone follows Mars, but it's actually shit. Eva is well made and it's deep. It's not too deep for you, but it is deep. Like they go over Freudian themes. They have different shots that are deliberately directed to mean stuff. It's definitely a well directed show, and I agree the pacing it can dredge on. It can get like you get like overly fucking depressing at times. But I think it's not bad. It would be hard to call it a fucking bad anime.
Yeah, I guess I just always thought it was a meme.
The Eva was just a meme from the start. That's kind of goofy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I
I'll
don't know.
definitely
I
check it
probably
out.
have to like restart the stream for this shit to work. Maybe I didn't hit apply. Hold on. No, I did hit apply. Okay. I don't fucking know.
And still not working.
Well, yeah, the error is still showing up on YouTube, and maybe people are having fucking uh
Well,
issues.
what do
People
people
aren't really
in the
saying they're
chat
having
say?
issues. I don't know. One person said they have issues, but um, no, this is not the new joke from Galhead. This is the show I usually host once per week, where I have an Anon of the week on. Uh,
No, I am not joking.
yeah, it seems people aren't having problems with the stream. It's just YouTube throwing me a bad error, I guess. So yeah, this every week I'll grab a random person from the audience who's usually up and to date with the fucking boards, and we'll just talk about anime and politics. We were talking about Evangelion, and this guy's never watched Evangelion. I was telling him about why you should go watch Evangelion. And yeah, I can agree, Carnivore in chat, that maybe it has made a bunch of cancerous tropes, but I think that's just how all this shit works. So, like something good will be made. Is a sexual journey. I recommend anyone go on
I'm trying to remember that VN from a long time ago.
it. What VN?
Uh, hold on, let me look it up.
Looking it
It
up.
was like it was like a horror story,
There's a
but it
lot of
had a lot
horror
of anime in
VNs.
it. Yeah, yeah, I know it's not very specific.
There's a lot of them, so I wouldn't know what the things are. I've read a good amount of the popular translated VNs. I've read less of them more recently, but I think I've gone through most of the ones that like the Western fan base has read.
Oh, I just started reading Doki Doki Literature Club. Is that a horror story?
Yeah, I would continue reading it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Sort of a one trick pony, but it's a decent trick if you let it trick you. But if you get spoiled, it's obviously
Right.
not pointless. It's pointless to read.
Well, yeah, I went and did one playthrough on it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was gonna go back and try and do another playthrough, and try and get another end.
Oh yeah. Well that yeah. Just keep playing. It gets a lot more interesting on the second playthrough. A lot more interesting. Um. Yuri, best girl, by the way. Yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club. It's interesting to me. Became such a phenomenon. Just a free visual novel. Uh,
Yeah.
and I think that
Well,
indicates that there is a
it's like
Western market for it, for well-written visual novels.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're starting to put VNs on Steam now, aren't
Oh
they?
yeah, they have fucking porn games on Steam now. It's hilarious. It's like the
Holy
fucking
shit!
yeah. It's like the people were shit posting about having like hentai games on Steam, but there's like plenty of fucking hentai games on Steam now. You just gotta go patch it in after you install it. There's like a million fucking hentai games on Steam. It's like what a fucking time to be alive, as that guy at E3 said.
Right.
Yeah, even I've bought a few fucking games. I don't think the one I bought, like they even patch out the nudity. You can just buy it and there's fucking nudity in it. Steam is
What did
pretty
they not
fucking
allow
based.
nudity?
Well, I didn't think they did, but now they did like it was like weird in the context of these like dating sim games. But I guess they for Steam they don't give a shit, and now it works for them.
Well, I guess if nobody complains, they won't. They won't take it down.
Yeah, nobody's been complaining. Well, that's I think they can get away with weeb shit because weeb shit is foreign, so foreign to like random passerbys that they won't like immediately recognize. Oh, this is a porn game. But
Right.
if they were doing like stupid you know Western style porn games, it would be trashy. But they can get away with like the certain levels of nudity in the weeb shit. So I think that's why they allow it on the liberal. Um, any other classical anime you watch? Have you watched Gundam?
Oh no, I never watched any Gundam before.
Gundam's pretty good. You should watch it.
Um, was there like an original Gundam?
Yeah, there's 0079 is what it's called because it was aired back in 79, 1870, 1979, not 1870. Yeah, and that one the animation's like really shitty, but it's the story is really solid. And then there's the main original trilogy, which is Gundam 0079, Zeta, and then uh, Gundam ZZ. I stopped watching Gundam ZZ just because it was fucking goofy and shitty. But yeah, Zeta and 0079 are great, and then there's a few spin-offs. There's like Gundam 8th MS Team, where it's like Vietnam Gundam. And then there's some more recent ones that are decent, but the recent ones tend to fall into the stupid, more modern anime tropes that I don't like, uh, pertaining to how they do their characters compared to the old ones.
Right, like a harem genre or something.
Yeah, the like either the harem genre or just like, have you watched the thing, an anime called Nanoha? Magical
No,
Girl
but I
Lyrical
think
Nanoha.
yeah, I've heard of that one, but no, I never watched that.
Okay, well basically that show started out fine for the first two seasons. Then they got to the third season, and basically there was like 48 characters in the show, and they all have like no characterization, and all of them get like equal amounts of screen time. And this is just because the author was popular, but he didn't know why he was popular. He just kept doing that shit. And for some reason, a lot of Japanese writers will do this thing where they have a giant fucking cast and nobody gets developed, and it's
Right.
like and it's hard to relate to fucking anybody. And whenever I watch a new Gundam show, that's usually what it goes on. They don't have strong enough writing to carry the show with like a central cast because they're just all over the fucking place, like trying to have like 48 fucking characters all with equal levels of complexity. And the only time I've ever seen that done well is Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Yeah, they're just trying to make a bunch of waifus and sell a bunch of merchandise.
Yeah, that's well, it's all merchandise advertisement. Gundam was always just advertising model kits ever since the first one. I watched IBO Really Big Dwarf. IBO was like a Fujoshi shit show. The pacing was really bad. The characters like were autistic as fuck. They look really big dwarf. I love the writer of that series, Okada. I'm watching her stuff this season. I love Wixos, which she also wrote. But when she wrote that Gundam, it did not feel like fucking Gundam. It felt like some like soap opera shit.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going in. This is some deep anime lore. Basically, there's this woman who writes anime, and she's famous for making melodrama train wreck shit show anime. And when it's done
Hmm.
properly, it's hilarious. And then when it's not done properly, it kind of falls flat on its face. And she wrote Gundam IBO, and then she wrote a bunch of other stuff. And the thing I like most from her is Wixos, which is it's an anime. The season 3 is airing this season. It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card game anime, but with like lesbians, and they're all psychotic and shit. So it's honestly pretty hilarious.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a good time.
Yeah. All right. So you said you watched a decent amount. So what would you say was your favorite anime?
Oh, Higurashi was probably
Oh,
my favorite.
Higurashi. Well, I would
Yeah,
definitely recommend you go read the visual novels then. If you haven't.
oh no, I think I read the first four. I know I read the first two.
They've recently been doing a retranslation of them, uh, and reselling them. I've been buying them on Steam as they come out, and they're cheap, like $5 per. And it's been really interesting reading them, just because it gets really much more in depth to the character's head as you go along, rather than
Yeah.
the anime.
Well, whenever I read them, it was fan
Yeah,
translations,
I
and that was
don't.
probably like 10 years ago or
Yeah,
something.
I think the 10 years ago fan translation is probably fine, but yeah, they're recently updating it, which is good. Uh,
Oh man, did you see the live action Higurashi movie?
no,
Oh
was it
god, that
that
was so.
terrible?
It was pretty horrible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like fucking Japan has this weird thing where they overact. Like they overact every time, no matter where they're doing what they're doing.
Dude,
Uh,
it was like a high school production.
yeah. Well, yeah. There's a lot of low production value stuff that gets made for film in Japan, and and they like you. It's hard, it's there's not too much that gets produced that has like subtle acting more in the Western style in Japan. It's a lot of it's like really over the top, and and when you watch it, you're like, oh, why am I watching it? Like when you watch J dramas and shit, it all seems like it's fucking Kamen Rider. Uh,
Yeah, like I mean, back in the day, I used to think that Japanese movies were kind of cool, but it gets old quick. Like there's just not much there.
yeah, I do watch Japanese television, namely idol shows, because I find Japanese idols to be very entertaining. It's like what if Survivor was just never and it was on 24/7, and it was only cute girls, and they had to desperately plead to mass audiences to keep their job, and that's why
Well,
fucking idols are
that's
hilarious.
definitely that's the best pitch I've ever heard for idol shows.
Well, you have to like watching cute girls doing cute things, but if you like that, then idol shows are definitely that. Because it's
Yeah, I gotcha.
fucking because they take a fucking a they call them generations, but because of like with the year they're introduced as idols, take a bunch of young girls and they're all like okay, then they go on TV and they sing and dance, and then they have to make their variety personalities. Uh, and it's like sink or swim. You either become very popular or you end your career as a middling person who never succeeded and was just on the bottom of the TV rung for years. And it's like just like this cutthroat cute girls battling each other for supremacy shit, and I love it.
Oh come on, dude. There's some Harvey Weinstein shit going on
Oh,
there.
I don't think there probably isn't some Harvey Weinstein shit going in the background, especially considering uh especially considering the the most popular idol, Sashi, uh, had a scandal with one of her fans, and she's still the most popular fucking idol. So it's all big, just like it's all. they play it being pure and shit, but it's all a big game. But it's definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, I got you. I just haven't checked that stuff out. Do they have it translated in English?
Well, yeah, they're just if you search AKB and Nogizaka, and there's plenty of shows they have that are been translated into English that you can watch and just see as it goes on. But you gotta kind of watch cute girls doing banal things. Then you can go on like the wikis and track how their careers went, and if they fucking crashed and burned, or if they became successful. And I find that fucking aspect of it hilarious. Uh, just
Idol lore.
idol lore, yeah. Julius Caesar, what show are you asking about? Anonymous, what do you think about FLCL Revival? I never finished watching FLCL. I just never liked it. I guess I should go watch it. So I don't have anything really
I
to think
watched
about
that.
FLCL.
I watched that years ago. I mean, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I guess I'll go watch it at some point. I feel like it's one of those overrated Toonami animes, but I never bothered like, sitting down, continuing with it.
It was.
Harvey did nothing
I
wrong.
mean, to be honest, it was just on Toonami, and that's why everybody knows of it.
Yeah, that's why everybody's like, "Oh, Full Metal Alchemist is like the best thing." And it's because it's just what they've been exposed to.
Did you ever watch Gunslinger Girl?
Oh, I love that show. That's like
Fuck
it's
yeah,
the
dude,
Lolly
that's a good show.
RoboCop. The
Let's see, I watched the I think it came on IFC or something years ago.
with like the dub or something.
Yeah, that was the version.
Yeah, I watched the subtitle version. It's pretty good. The first season of Gunslinger Girl, doesn't follow the manga as closely as the second season, but I feel like the changes they made and like the direction and the pacing is much better in the first season. In the second season, it's sort of like a soulless manga panel by panel adaptation, and that's why it falls flat. I think.
Right. I just remember the second season sucked.
Yeah, the second season. Damn, why did Julius Caesar's message get retracted? The heck. Anyways, um, yeah, the first season they did take some creative liberties and change things around to make the pacing. Deleted your own message. They did some things to make the pacing better. Um, and like the atmosphere just felt gritty in the first season as they were going through everything. And the
Yeah.
second season just had a director who wasn't nearly as talented as the first season.
Yeah, I kind of got the impression it was a money grab.
Yeah, and you'll see this a lot in the anime industry where there'll be a few seasons, one or two, with one studio and one set of creative talent, which will be of a certain quality, and then they'll move to another studio and it'll just drop uh, and yeah, a few examples are Yuri Yuri that
Yeah,
happened with.
exactly. I was trying to think of some examples where that had
There's
happened.
another one. Fuck, I can't remember. I feel stupid not remembering that. Oh, Minami K.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Minami
I
K.
remember
Minami
that
K had
shit.
like three different studios doing it, like each different parts of seasons. And yeah, it just slowly devolved over time, and then it re-evolved later when they made the more recent season. But yeah, fucking ups and downs with the studios.
Yeah, I remember watching that. I watched the first season, or I guess like the first studio,
Yeah,
and then after that, it was just like I couldn't keep up with it anymore.
understandable. The uh yeah, so FLCL they're doing Toonami is funding more new season or whatever of FLCL on their Toonami. So I find that kind of interesting, but it's just I don't think anything really that good is going to come out of it. The only good thing that's come out of the sort of the Toonami the West partially funding shit has been Space Dandy.
Oh yeah, I need to watch Space Dandy someday.
Space Dandy's pretty cool. It didn't really appeal to the Japanese audience, so it wasn't very popular in Japan, but it's definitely like a good show.
Yeah, I remember whenever it was airing and people just would not shut up about it.
Yeah. Uh, this isn't an anime technically, but do you like Samurai Jack?
I think I watched Samurai Jack when I was like 12 years old.
Well, they made a gritty season finale for it on Toonami. If you don't know,
No, I didn't know that.
yeah, it just so if you want to see the ending of Samurai Jack, it's honestly really good. Uh, just look, I forget what they fucking called it now. Just search Samurai Jack. Fucking was it 2016 or 2017? Anyone in the chat can remind me. But yeah, just to search new Samurai Jack season, and it's like fucking gritty. They have like blood and shit. It's like the most amazing thing. It's like childhood turned up to fucking 11.
No, it's 2017. I'm looking at it.
2017. Yeah. So yeah, watch that if you I've wanted to see how Samurai Jack ended, and they just go full like Rurouni Kenshin with it. It's amazing.
Shit, I think I remember seeing stuff about this that I checked it out.
Yeah, I was hype as shit when I heard they were gonna do that. They were gonna do fucking uh gritty, serious conclusion to Samurai Jack. So I was always pissed off because they never ended the series. Uh, and then they went and just they fucking did it. The absolute madman. They just made the modern adult version of Samurai Jack. Ooh, ooh. So you seem to watch like slice of life comedy shows. It seems. Is that what you kind of
Yeah,
like?
for the most part.
Yeah. So things like Yuri Yuri, Nan Nan
Yeah.
Biori, more recent one.
Oh yeah, I watched Non Non Biori, but
Um,
I thought Yuri Yuri was pretty good.
yeah, Yuri Yuri is pretty good.
But I don't know of any more recent ones honestly, because like I said, I haven't really kept up with anime for the past like 3 years.
Yeah, people do drop in and out of the hobby. I just watch it because it's like better than television. It's basically just become my television. That's all. I just use
Right.
it to veg out, watch anime instead of watching Jewish television.
Yeah, I gotcha. No, it is better than television.
Yeah. All right. So we've been going about 40 minutes on anime. You want to switch to politics?
Yeah, sure.
Have any topics you wanted to talk about specifically about politics? Or
Not really. I mean, I don't have anything in specific in mind.
okay. Well, what are your views? I would imagine just normal right wing stuff.
But yeah, pretty basic right wing stuff. My 4D chess.
About 4D chess. Are you still on the Trump train?
I don't know, man. It's just not as fun as it used to be.
Well, yeah, I agree. The campaign trail that was fucking hilarious. Couldn't help but love Trump on the fucking campaign trail, despite him being like a Zionist two faced guy. You can't help but fucking love all the stupid shit that went on the campaign trail. Fucking Jeb, Ted Cruz,
Oh, dude, Jeb was the best. Oh,
fucking
come on.
Jeb. Um,
Jeb,
yeah, fucking Jeb. Poor Jeb.
like, once he started, he basically outed himself as a Zionist. I was just like, come on, man.
It was basically a fucking lolcow as the election. Like half the candidates just turned into lolcows because Donald Trump brought the fucking discourse down to internet shitposting. It was fucking
True.
beautiful, to be honest. And that's
Oh,
why
man,
people
dude.
love Donald Trump so much. It has nothing to do with his fucking policies, nothing to do with his like stupid way he talks. It's just because he made all of these stupid politicians look retarded. Everybody loved him for it, and I also loved him for it. And now I see, okay, he's just another faggot. But back in the campaign, the primaries, damn, that was fucking entertaining.
Well, dude, he's a reality TV star.
Yeah.
He did a WWE. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like if politics is going to be like this from now on, like if nothing gets reformed and we still have shitty politicians, I'm like, well, whatever. I guess nothing's going to get fixed. But at least if they can make it entertaining, like Trump did from now on, I mean, I'm not gonna complain too much. Like fucking this fucking
Yeah,
reality TV politics is hilarious to me. It's
yeah,
like
that's the future.
it's like
Like,
fucking
it's gonna go that way.
yeah. It's like the fucking idiocracy has just become reality. I find that hilarious that we have fucking reality TV politics in America.
Well, people have been saying it for a long time that, that it was gonna just turn into reality TV,
Yeah.
and it has.
The second Obama ended, Obama and Mitt Romney was the last fucking battle that was going to be reasonable within the normal rules, and Trump broke all the rules, and now there are no rules. And yeah,
Right. I hope that, or I used to think that things would change
what with
once,
Trump?
Trump, yeah, when Trump got in, but,
Well, the executive
you
doesn't
know,
have that much power, and he does not have the experience in Washington to to actually play the 4D chess to get what he wants. So he doesn't have the
yeah,
experience or the connections.
you could tell pretty early on.
I think we went over it. Just he was great on the campaign trail. It was hilarious. Everybody loved him for it. But he wasn't. No, but I don't think anybody thought he was going to make like the greatest fucking president. I certainly didn't think so. I was
Uh,
hopeful. I was hopeful he would implement his changes, but I wasn't. I didn't think they would get implemented.
if I had to make a prediction, I think we're gonna get some of what he promised, but,
If he
not all
gets
of it.
reelected, yeah, I think he would. Yeah, I think he will. It's
I
likely
think
he
he's
will.
gonna get reelected. Like, the Democrats don't have anybody to run against him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they basically have to start now. If they want to make somebody.
Oh,
Uh,
dude, I mean, I hope they put Biden out there.
Fucking Biden. Yeah. And apparently the attorney general is now doing legal action against all the Democratic cabal. I
Ah,
don't know if it will be kabuki theater, but they did serve some charges. We'll see if any of it goes anywhere. I doubt most of it. I think most of it will fall away, but hopefully,
yeah, I think it's just theater, honestly.
yeah, a lot of it's just theater. Like, do you see fucking Zuckerberg testify to the Senate?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He was sitting on
A booster seat.
his fucking suitcase. Yeah, what the hell,
He was
man?
sitting on his suitcase so he would appear taller.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Fucking that was just fucking hilarious. Having all the senators, and I fucking laughed my ass off when Zodiac Ted finally got to ream fucking Zuckerberg. Ted just going in, saying he's a Democratic shill.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is. But, I couldn't even watch that shit, man. It was too cringy.
That was hilarious to me. Yeah, I watched it on and off. I couldn't keep it on because fuck, like having Zuckerberg explain technology to boomer fucking retarded politicians wasn't entertaining really.
Yeah, didn't he have to, explain how the internet worked?
Yes, series of tubes and all that.
Dude, these fucking boomers, man.
Yeah, it's always a fucking boomer, ain't it?
The eternal boomer.
The eternal boomer. Yeah, I think once the power of the boomers fall away, politics will be a lot more palatable to people like you and me and our generation. Like it'll be a bit more.
Right.
It'll be different. Um, Once that generation finally fucking kicks the bucket, leaves power, it'll still take a
Oh,
while.
dude, no. We're gonna achieve immortality
The
before
boomer
the boomers
immortality.
die. Yeah, the boomers will be the immortal ones.
Oh god, the eternal boomer
Yeah,
for
the
real this
eternal
time.
boomer.
I know. I don't think we're that close to immortality, to be honest.
Well,
Are you a
probably
futurist?
not.
Are you a
Not
Ray
really.
Kurzweil buddy?
Not really.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind futurism because it's optimistic and it promotes what I value the most out of like a social goal, which is technological development. I think you can discard basically whatever fucking morals you want if you're gonna go hard in the paint with technological development, and it's gonna like lead to amazing shit. And I think if
Mm,
society focused its concerns on space travel, cyborgification, all this shit, AI, and they just they stopped doing stupid shit and just focused on that, like things would improve really quickly. But obviously, it's instead people, rent seeking for their own greed.
Yeah, the human is the problem.
Yeah. But yeah.
No,
The
I don't think that we're gonna be going to space anytime soon.
Yeah, I think probably by the time I die, we'll probably have like a base and a tiny Mars colony, but it would nothing beyond that. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, fucking little moon base. Come on,
Yeah, Elon
guys.
Musk has his Mars plan. I think it will get fulfilled in my lifetime. Elon Musk's Mars plan, and there's that whole Mars One thing. I don't know if that thing's gonna work out. That seems sketchy as fuck.
Wait, what's all this about?
All right, so Mars One, it's like a crowd-funded thing, and
Oh
they,
God, I knew you were gonna say it was
all
crowdfunded.
right, it was kind of crowd-funded, and they posted up a website, and they had anybody could apply to be an astronaut, and they said, okay, apply to be an astronaut, and we're going to train you. This is a volunteer one-way trip to Mars. You're not going back to Earth. This is a one-way trip to Mars, and you're gonna live in in like this habitat we're designing on Mars, and it's still like 15 years out before they plan the launch. And I don't even think they've started all the training shit yet, or maybe they have. I don't know. But yeah, it's basically this company started and said, okay, anybody want to volunteer to do a one-way trip to Mars, and like hundreds of people applied.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Yeah, and it hasn't really been much from it right recently, but they're still. I think they're still on track. I don't know. Maybe they've run out of money. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, it sounds like a money grab.
Yeah, maybe. Well, their whole the funny part is they're trying to, so their revenue source is they're going to stream the astronaut training like it's a reality TV program, and then
Oh God, that sounds fucking hilarious.
yeah, and then once they're on Mars, they're going to stream back the life of these people on Mars, and that's how they're going to get all like, and they're going to have like advertisers and revenue from. That's their whole business plan. Is once you get to Mars, we're going to stream it, which I guess it's a
I don't
fine
know, man.
plan.
Yeah, that might could actually work.
That could work if they could actually get to Mars, but that's a fucking that's a big ask.
Yeah, watch them just blow up on the launch pad.
Yeah, yeah. People are talking about Texas going Democrat. I mean, yeah, demographically, unless the Latino demographic shifts away from Democrats, which ain't gonna fucking happen. It's called buying votes with
It's not
welfare.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
buying
happen.
votes with welfare. For every stone Mexican guy, there's 20 guys, who who get a nice fat check of EBT and other shit from the Democratic Party, and unfortunately,
Yeah,
it's
they're
just not
gonna
gonna move.
shift blue. Like it's gonna shift blue by 2024.
Yeah. Um, and that's the scariest part is even with unless there's a fucking a radical change, the Democrats will win with their fucking disgusting, destroy all fucking just racially balkanize the U.S. and then rule it because all the minorities like just fucking as a plurality outrule the white, and it's gonna and then
Right.
and that's it's fucking retarded because in the long run it's gonna tank the fucking productivity and the stability of the United States, and then we're gonna be like we're gonna be like fucking Brazil in the long run. I don't think they thought
Yeah,
this
I
out.
know.
I don't think they thought their plan out.
Dude, they don't care. They just want to get option.
Yeah,
The fucking
yeah.
boomer logic.
It doesn't matter because they're gonna be dead. Fucking boomers. Fucking Reagan.
Right. Well,
It's
I mean, I've heard a lot of what's happening in Europe is kind of the same logic. You just have to bring in all these people to work so you can
well,
tax them.
yeah. Well, it's a globalist logic, but it's not it. It's short term thinking, and it's also just bad thinking because it's sort of they believe the meme that all the different types of plebs from all these different countries are endemically the same. And they'll be like, oh, it'll be fine, just a few
Yeah.
generations, and they're all
Atomized
be the perfect atomized
individual.
consumer. But if you really just look at societies, it's not like that at all. It's never been like that. It never will be like that. And you're just gonna end up like Brazil. You're not gonna end up like when the more you multiculturalize, the more like Brazil you're gonna be, and that's just the reality. And these globalist elites, they think, okay, well, we're just gonna have a demoralized populace, atomized, that it's gonna be the perfect consumer and producer, and we're just gonna rule over all the brown pleb hordes. But what they don't realize is that society is gonna start breaking down once it gets to a certain level of fucking mix. Once like people stop having a reason to even fucking like people are already struggling to fucking integrate themselves in society, and it's not even that bad right now.
Yeah.
Imagine later when people have no fucking sense of identity and and culture or history. I don't think you can manufacture it. We're like the fucking where we are now is a grand fucking experiment in politics and economics, and to think like if you combine like uh, women's suffrage and like their sexual liberation with all this stupid multicultural shit, and you're not going to get like a complete shit show that is unpredictable, then you're naive. And I think the globalists who advocate for this either haven't thought it through, or they're literally just so sociopathic that they don't care what happens.
Well, they'll be the ones ruling over it.
Yeah,
None of this is going to affect them.
yeah. So I guess it's both. So they sociopathic to the they're powerful and sociopathic to the point where they're not going to care um, who rules like what they're ruling over as long as they're still the rule. That's why like fucking Common Core just making people dumber,
Yeah. No,
doing all this
I think
shit.
it is that they're more sociopathic than anything else.
Yeah,
Like there's a class of people who are going to benefit from all this.
yeah. I agree, carnivore. I definitely think we should try to get moral people to the top, try to fix all this shit.
It's
But
going to be hard.
it's gonna be a fucking slog. It's gonna be hard. Uh, one positive thing I can think of is that uh, the anonymous communities like 4chan, 8chan, all this stuff. It's basically it's gonna be dozens of years down the line. It's gonna be the new Illuminati, in a sense, the new sort of masonry. Like there'll be dank fucking memes and secret codes that only the non-normies who shit posted on there decades ago know, and they're gonna be giving each other favors and organizing shit and helping each other in politics, and it's gonna be the Anons will rule in the end of the day because in this atomized society they're the only ones who have like a unified they have a unified globalist network that anyone could join. And as long as you like the memes and you like the anonymous culture, then you're part of that. And the Jews, uh, the Jews will have to compete with this anonymous Illuminati who mostly doesn't like their shit.
Yeah, the Jews are already the bad
Like imagine if just I've already seen posts um, from like local politicians uh, who post on like 4chan. So imagine if it's like, okay, this what if the Secretary of Defense is an avid 4chan poster and he came from that website? Well, things are he's gonna look for other people that have that sort of similar point of view, and they're gonna
right.
help each other,
They'll have the
and
secret
they'll
handshake.
see the secret meme handshake, the fucking whatever meme is fucking hip at the time, and that's how it's going to progress. As long as these communities aren't like completely suppressed and shut down, I think that's where it's going to go. Because
Oh, dude, they can't shut it down.
yeah, well, if they really wanted to shut it down, but I don't think they care enough or have the foresight to shut it down before this like ingratiates itself into culture. It's already ingratiated itself into culture.
Yeah, it's already late.
Yeah, like there's libcucks who blame 4chan for the election. I don't think Trump won because of a lot of other reasons. 4chan helps contribute, but it was definitely not. It wasn't fucking the boards won Trump the election, but they definitely helped shift the culture. They were
Well,
definitely a
there were
piece.
some of those. There were some districts where there was only a difference of about 10,000 votes.
Yeah,
that went for
but
Trump.
that's the thing. Well, that's the thing. You can uh, saying that the margin was close doesn't justify any one group swinging the election because you could just say whatever because all anything that affected the election you can say is at 10,000. So it's kind of a pointless distinction. Uh,
Well, true.
I just think people do LARP about like the proportion that fucking 4chan and Twitter had in the election, but I definitely think it had a big part in keeping Trump afloat despite all the fucking media slander. Um,
Yeah,
but I think despite that, it was also because the American people were primed for this sort of cultural shift and change. Like it was overdue for the American people and sort of the style of Trump. Like a change was overdue, so they would have taken any change, and Trump was the change. Uh, and
yeah.
so no matter what 4chan or whatever did, he probably would have been successful, but they definitely aided him through the whole thing.
Yeah, I can tell you've thought about this a lot, but one thing that I worry about
Mhm.
is people on the right wing right now don't have enough money,
Yeah, I agree. Uh,
and where they're going to get that money.
well, it's very hard because now the corporatists have sort of the corporatists that like the Googles, the Apples, the Amazons, they and the WalMarts, they all have this harsh anti-competitive lobbying going on where they shut down their competition um,
Right.
for with getting laws passed, and it's just been going even since like the fucking 90s. It's just been continuing in that direction, and the longer that these groups of monopolies have the government's ear, the harder and harder it's going to be compete unless there's a new technology that lets another group rise up and they happen to be right wing. But as we've seen, like even in like the software development and like the like smartphone apps and all this shit, which is the new industry, uh, it's Silicon Valley is still overly left wing. So like there's gonna have to be a new industry, and it's gonna have a right wing leaning, and it's gonna have good success. And even then, it's only going to be one industry and a plurality of all these ruling industries. So I don't think it's going to be easy even at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody buy crypto.
Crypto's kind of the next big thing I think. Uh,
Yeah, crypto will be the new right wing currency.
yeah, I definitely think crypto is sort of like you can make the argument it's all fiat based off trust, but so is all normal money and gold and all this shit. It's all based off of trust. Um,
Yeah, even gold is technically fiat.
Technically, yeah. There's no like the when you're buying gold to be a store of value, it's not because you can melt it down and put it into a fucking microchip. Because it's because people have like the meme that gold is valuable. That's all it is. It's a meme, a social gestalt.
Yeah.
So yeah, and here's the thing: as long as people have an incentive for something to remain valuable, they're going to work hard to keep it remaining valuable. The more people who get
Right.
invested into crypto or into fiat currency, the more they're gonna try to prevent like bad actors or bad news from fucking up their gains, and it'll just grow over time. What feels bad, man. I could have been one of those crypto kitties. I knew about this
Oh
shit way
yeah, I
back
know,
when.
man. Yeah, I remember when it was like a nickel.
Yeah, I could have gotten in when it was a fucking nickel.
Dude, I mean, I thought it was so retarded
Well,
though at the time. I was like,
yeah, you
fuck this
can't. I
shit.
don't blame yourself because like the only thing you could ever use it for at the time was like what Silk Road drugs and like
Right.
deep web prostitution, other shit like that. So it was actually a complete meme, and I understood where it was coming from and why it was cool and the technology behind it. But I never thought it would take off, so I didn't bother like dumping money into it.
Um, did you hear? I mean, I think it's kind of a rumor. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but Russia and China were buying up a lot of
Oh
bitcoins,
yeah,
and
Russia
that's what drove
has
the
a
price up.
large mining operation. China had one, and then they were clamping down on crypto in their country now. I think
Yeah.
they've kind of driven it underground in China. Russia is still mining it as a state, and like yeah, the BRIC countries are definitely see the potential in crypto to give them an edge, and even the United States uh, they have confiscated bitcoins from way back in the day, and they have probably a fucking big store of bitcoins and want this shit to be valuable too. So I think it's just a new big thing, and it's kind of cool. I just wish I got on when I could have.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, it does feel bad. You just have to not think about it.
Yeah. Uh,
The next big thing, though, maybe you'll be ready for that.
be ready for the next fucking wave.
Yeah. But I mean, I think Bitcoin already went through kind of a bubble, but it's probably going to crash even more.
I don't know. I think there will be some natural growth as time goes on. It just depends on broader economic trends. I think for how crypto is going to grow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of interest is going to bring in people, and they're going to drive the price up.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be speculative booms and busts, but I think the utility of crypto, which is money beyond the like currencies that are produced not at a central bank and have no tie to any given central bank. And this is something that was around back in like the 1800s in America before we centralized our banking. And they did have ups and yes, your currency from a random bank would fluctuate and it could fuck you over, but it's still it could also fluctuate and you could be it could be really useful for you.
Yeah.
So I think there is a global community who will get tons of utility out of the currencies that are separate from governments, and there's tons of people, businessmen, shady or not, like even not shady businessmen have an interest in this. So I think it'll just continue to grow. You can't you don't whenever something dumps, like don't be afraid. That's just the fucking boom and bust of market. Like I fucked up as well. I bought in into I was trying to speculate on crypto and then I rebought in right before the entire crypto market crashed. Uh,
Oh
I
no,
fucked up
dude,
on a
you lost
day.
all your money.
Oh, I'm only investing chump change, so it doesn't matter. Uh,
Okay, good.
uh,
But no, I've traded stocks before. I've made a little bit of money off of it,
it's just all
and
gambling.
yeah, yeah, it really is just gambling.
Yeah.
Like I lost $1,000 over the course of a week one time. It felt pretty
Yeah,
bad.
but I think even if you fucking lose out on a crypto project, as long as it wasn't a complete scam coin, buying and holding is probably a decent idea. If you just look at the
Right.
fucking like if there's a if like in 2 years from now there's like a giant another up spike in crypto, well that's gonna rise too. And if it's still around, it's just gonna like quadruple in value and you'll be fine.
Everybody go buy Doge.
Dogecoin.
Fuck yeah, man. That's the next big one.
Yep.
I'm just talking shit.
Yeah. I'll show the coin I invested in because why not? Go buy COS, guys. Uh, COS is well, I agree the hodl meme is stupid. Uh, but like if your margins are really fucking low and like if you took in a loss if you only bought like what like $100 and then it crashed and like what you're at like $30. There's no point in like trying to day trade that up. I don't think. So just like sit and wait until the fucking thing forexes and then get back into it. I'm not gonna try to day trade for cents on $30.
No, you need to get like well, if you have like 100 grand, you can sit there and day trade it.
Yeah, but yeah. My margin, I was doing fucking micro investing, so I'm not. I'm for me, buy and holding is like it's the only reasonable thing to do. I'm not gonna fucking day trade for cent margin. Uh, yeah, go buy
Yeah,
COS,
I
guys.
understand.
COS is a good idea. We're going to integrate real fiat token exchanges into so you can trade dollars and yen on their exchange, and once they implement that, they're gonna fucking blow up. It's gonna 10x. Invest now; it's really cheap.
Fucking yens. Oh shit, I might want to buy some of this. I'm looking at the chart. They had a pretty big spike back in January. What was that about?
that was just basically people were reading about their project and became very popular. And then they had a UI change and some problems, and people dumped it. And then the Bitcoin general market crash happened, and it went back to like a normalization.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
that's right.
what I did is like the day before it spiked up to the thing is I sold at the height right before the maintenance went down to change the website. And then because I stayed up for like 24 hours, it was my first time doing stuff like that. I fucked up and rebought in, thinking it was going to spike more, and the
Oh
project was going
no,
to.
no.
And I lost all. Yeah, but even so,
Oh dude, if you had actually just, sold it,
I sold it.
and stayed
I
out of
just
it.
sold it and went to sleep. I would have been better off. I would have
Yeah.
had 0.32 Ethereum, and then I could have like rebought in, and then I would have had a lot more of costs than I do now. But even so, like if all I did was I sold and I held onto Ethereum, then it would be like what? Like it would be like $100 more. It's like not a big deal. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
interesting.
it's like gambling,
It
but
is
it
gambling.
feels a little more legit than gambling. But it just feels more legit than gambling. It really is just gambling.
Yeah. People say it's not gambling. You can do analysis, and yeah, like, I did the fucking analysis. I thought, and then I made in my fucking fatigue, I made a really stupid decision at the very end, right before I went to bed, thinking it was gonna spike
Dude,
again. I wanted to, except like I got greedy. I'm like, I want to get back on the train. It's gonna spike again. It's by the time I wake up tomorrow. I wasn't paying attention to the broader fucking the macro of the Bitcoin, which was crashing that day. I didn't realize it was a crash day.
yeah, that's where you fuck up is when you get really greedy.
Yeah, I got greedy. But yeah, it was a
If you
learning experience. It was interesting. I my if I took my original position, I would have doubled my money. So
right.
it was definitely, if you can read the crowd and you can do it, if you don't get greedy, then it's just a skill you can learn, I guess, and it's still gambling though.
Yeah, you can just marginally improve your results, if you do analysis and just
Yeah,
kind of watch the crowd. But it's really still
it's all
basically
crowd based.
gambling.
Yeah, because any time a big investor can just dump and fuck you. So
Yeah, I know that's the goal is to be the big investor, and you can just dump and buy back in and just watch everybody else, play themselves,
fucking bogged, get bogged,
right?
dump it, send it sideways. Have you seen those videos?
Wait, what is it?
It's fucking this hilarious video somebody made about like the Bogdanovs manipulating crypto the fuck with like an Anon. It was like the Wojak. I'll link it to you after stream or something. It's pretty hilarious.
All right, yeah, do that.
All right, so we talked about the election, crypto. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't really have anything. No, just if there's anything else you want to talk about.
Well, didn't you want to talk about e-drama? I'll talk about it a little bit if you.
I'll just respond to whatever you say. You can give everybody your take on it.
Well, I've already gave you my take on it. The guy was two faced. He did two faced shit. I and other people all revealed it, that he's being two faced, and now he's gone. That's it. That's all. There's nothing to be said.
Man, I've been watching you guys since I think y'all did an economic stream early
Uh,
on, and I've been watching ever since then.
oh yeah,
And
me and ANCAP were debating economics. ANCAP hasn't even really studied it, but he's an ANCAP.
right,
Feels bad, but
but you guys just got to keep Joaquin out.
well, he's not coming back. He's fucking done. He's ruined. But so if he comes back, he's not dealing with us. We're gonna be doing other shit now. We're gonna be doing more topical streams. We'll be like going over different topics and playing videos and talking about them, and just like more variety stream. We'll have debates when we can, but we're not gonna like scrounge through the bowels of the internet, because we've seen what happens when you scrounge through the bowels of the internet and seeking views.
Exactly.
Never works out fucking well. Uh, and
Yeah,
I honestly
exactly.
don't have an interest in doing it, because because I like hearing about people like fucking up, people's being spurgs on the internet and being autistic for like a short amount of time, and then uh yeah, I'll let me Alfredo. Someone link Alfredo the death stream. Uh,
If you want to do these little, shit shows, that stuff gets old after a while. Like you could just go watch Mr. Medicare if you want to see people
yeah,
spurging out on the
it
internet.
gets old. It gets old for
But
me who was involved in it. Uh, yeah, I'll link him. I guess. Somebody wants to. Uh,
but also with the debates, eventually you're going to run out of topics to talk about, or you're just
uh,
going to be
I,
sort of going over the same debates over and over.
well, yeah, that's true. So, but
I think that's kind of what happened to Worski's channel, where he just, he had that
yeah,
little
so we're
implosion,
gonna
like
do
a
less
mini
debates, and
implosion.
we're gonna do we're just gonna topical discussion. Diogenes said he wanted to do. Uh, Diogenes said he wanted to do um a stream on just like normie psychology and like the group mentality and shit. We were gonna go
Yeah,
over
that would
like
be great. See, y'all should do stuff like
yeah,
that.
we were gonna like pull up like clips of like soy boys and utter like degenerate shit and just like talk about like what could be driving these people and then like a stream where we go over these clips and discuss this topic and so we're gonna do more streams like that where we just discuss a topic at length. We might have a guest if they want to talk and have something on that topic, but we're gonna have that kind of stream, and then if there's a debate, and we much prefer we might still have e-drama shit, but we're gonna like stay away from it when we can. We'd rather have political debates because both me and Cap like political debates more than e-drama.
Right. And if you do have the e-drama, just don't to death.
Yeah, e-
Just maybe once every now and then, maybe every couple weeks or something. Sure.
yeah, in fucking moderation. I think clearly if you look at like this last weekend and the fucking what like giant week long shit show that it's been.
Dude,
Um,
it's fucking exhausting, man.
it's exhausting. There needs to be a break in time before that ever returns. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
fucking
dude, it's
time.
just I just got disgusted with it. I just couldn't even look at it anymore. And I was never really a big fan of Alaska, but
No,
he
I
was
always
just
thought
playing it
Alaska was
live.
just a spurgy coattail rider on like Milo's side.
Yeah, exactly.
I never
Well,
cared
it
about
was
the
always
guy,
pretty. It was pretty obvious.
and well, that he imploded, and then everyone like a pack of fucking like ravenous coyotes. They like
Right.
they teared him apart, and then they saw, oh, we can, if we keep blowing up Baked Alaska, we're gonna get infinite amount of viewers. And then in their hubris, they did a bunch of fucked up shit and imploded. And
Right. I mean, you could have seen that coming though.
oh yeah, we did. There was gonna be a split, no, even if this stuff didn't come to light. That came to light yesterday. Uh, but that this definitely makes us.
In the background for a
Yeah, there
while now.
was. If
But
Joe
you
Kim
guys will
just
you'll be
sucked up
better
his
for it.
fucking pride and split back when we had our original argument when I pissed him off about being nihilistic or whatever the fuck it was bringing out about like a retard like he always does. If he just
Yeah.
left then, he would have been better off. We probably would have been happier. Might have had less viewers, but who gives a fuck? I don't care about viewers. I just want to do stream. Like if I'm not enjoying my time doing the stream just because I want like fucking chump change, I don't care. It's not my fucking. I don't care about that shit.
No, if you guys have fun on the stream,
Yeah.
then more viewers from it.
Yeah, we're gonna fill a niche, and it might be slow fucking growth. It might be, it might take fucking years to grow, but it'll be fun to do, and we'll just keep doing it, and the niche will grow. There's not no need to like chase meteoric growth especially when it involves e-celeb drama and random fucks on the internet who are trying to like slice up and destroy each other, which I want no part of.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if you get involved with stuff, they'll come for you eventually.
Yeah, it's just uh, and I don't, I guess I don't really have any stakes in any of the bigger IBS streams or or how they do. It's just maybe they'll realize that there'll be things will continue blowing up uh, if the e drama just circle jerk continues.
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
It's not. Uh,
Um, but like that chick Erin, yeah, I mean, were you watching Ski's stream where they
yeah.
had her on there? That was just like, I mean, everybody in the chat was yelling at them like, there's something wrong here, guys, and they didn't want to pick up on it. But I mean, if you've ever met a meth head,
I think you cut out. Anyways, yeah, Aaron. Yeah, it's just like well. Here's the thing. Well, I think your audio cut out your internet or something. We'll try to fix it. Are you back? Try
yeah,
talking.
can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah,
Oh, it
so
was no
people were
big deal.
saying, yeah, it's fucked up that you're like, this obviously stupid, retarded, fucking dumb girl, and you're just egging her on. It's like they don't. It's like sociopathic internet bullying to just get views. And what I always find it fucking stupid that people like if you're gonna just bully random people on the internet as your fucking like job and your show and that expect to be doxxed, expect to be fucked with. Like that's what's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, right.
Like doxing is not illegal, and it takes like 10 minutes for someone pissed off who doesn't have a moral compass about it to fucking dox you if you have no opsec. So don't fucking complain about getting doxxed if you're gonna bully people on the internet. It's like don't complain. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, you have to wonder sometimes about some of these people,
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess they'll figure it out eventually.
maybe. I don't think so. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I have no
but
if you're gonna if you're gonna like yell and shit talk somebody for like hours and then they fuck with you by just by just relating your face to shit you said on the internet. And here's what people I never get about that is that okay, this is shit you have said on the internet. Do you not own up to it? Do you not? Is this not you as a person? Do you want like a multifaceted, like a duplicitous personality? Like even if it has consequences in your real life success, I don't think any of those consequences, at least me personally, I don't think any of those consequences would justify trying to play off being like a duplicitous double life or whatever. Like just own up to this is shit you're saying on the internet, and one day if you talk enough shit, it might follow you home. You know?
yeah, well, more people need to understand that. But like like people will ruin your life over shit.
Yeah, like I've been around the fucking bush, and I've seen people like doxed and fucked with for just like stupid shit on video games, let alone bullying them in the public space on streams. So, so yeah, just be like,
Yeah, I know.
if
Like
you're gonna
you
keep
shouldn't
poking
just
the
you.
fucking beehive, don't complain when you get stung. It just seems kind of cringy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you wouldn't bully somebody like that in real life, don't do it on the
Yeah,
internet.
if you wouldn't show your face and just talk, like if you're not gonna like talk to somebody face to face in a room and bully them like that, then don't like complain if people dox you.
But yeah, I don't want any part of any of that
Yeah.
kind of bullshit.
The and yeah, I don't want any. I would never care enough about fucking anyone or what they say on the internet to dox them. I think it's autistic as fuck to dox anybody. But
Yeah, I know, right? Like you over a butt hurt.
yeah, like over like shit you said. But there's a lot of people who don't think like me and who will fucking dox. And if your stream is reliant on shit talking people and finding people to yell at for like 3 hours, then they're gonna get mad. They're gonna flag your channel. They're gonna dox you. And it's just going to continue ad infinitum. And if you can't deal with that, or if you're at risk for anything relating to that, then don't fucking do it. All right.
I
Well,
don't know. I think that pretty much sums it up.
yeah. Well, someone's calling me. Hold on.
All right. Okay, guys, I got the chat pulled up. What's going on?
All right, yeah, sorry. It's the sales call.
That's all right.
Yeah, happy birthday, Hitler. What are your thoughts
Yeah,
on He Will Not Divide Us? Um, it was funny at first, and then it became cringy, just like a lot of shit. Shia LaBeouf is it's definitely hilarious to fuck with though. There's an echo.
yeah. Well, I don't hear it anymore.
Oh, it might have been you having the stream open. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, that was me having the stream open.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've talked for about an hour 20, so I guess we'll get off here. Anything you want to say in closing?
Not really. A happy birthday, Hitler, I guess.
I guess. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This is Anon the Week episode fucking 6. All the Bible video fell behind because of all the stupid drama this week. I'll try to record it this weekend. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. See you next week.